So you're planning to become a computer science major? Congrats, because in my opinion, you just made the best career path choice you can make. And hopefully with the tips I'm about to give you, you'll be able to set yourself up for success in computer science academia.
Hey yo, peep this.
I'm DevDerrk. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the first video on my channel. First off, I want to give you a little rundown of my elite cred, so you feel like you can take the tips I've given you and take it as good advice in computer science. Without telling you my complete life story, I graduated high school 2016, enrolled in my local college as a computer science major, and like most 18-year-olds, I like to do everything but my schoolwork, especially play video games. And I'd scrape by in computer science 1, doing all the programs, the night before, barely studied for a test. And then CS2, typically data structures and algorithms, I got completely wrecked. I skipped class too often to be able to keep up with the course curriculum, and ended up failing the course instead of dropping it. Long story short, that led to me dropping out of college completely and joining the military. After the military, and about a year of not knowing what I really wanted to do, I ended up moving back home and re-enrolling at my local college as a computer science major. Fast forward a couple years, now I'm a mostly A student. I've been awarded the computer science department scholarship. I'm going to be a mentor for incoming freshman computer science majors starting this fall of my senior year. And I'm also the webmaster for our college ACM chapter. Now that that's out of the way, here's our top tips on becoming a computer science major from someone that's completely failed and came back stronger to complete the mission. So tip number 1, get ahead now, prepare now. Find out your curriculum at your college, find out the core language that they use so you know what to expect. Talk to people that have already been through the curriculum, whether they're graduated or they're still in it now. Talk to professors, anyone that would be able to give you a little heads up on what to expect, and get used to a heavy workload. You're gonna have your math classes, your computer science classes, you're gonna have programs, you might have papers due, with your general courses just in college overall, and you definitely don't want to be shocked by the workload that college can bring. So you want to watch YouTube. There's plenty of YouTube channels out there that will basically tell you what to expect, kind of like what I'm doing now. So you're already doing that. But a couple channels to check out: Tech with Tim, Forrest Knight, Fireship, and Tina Huang. They all have already either completed or no longer in school, so it's kind of a different perspective as far as they've already done it and have that experience, but definitely they give some great tips on their channels on what to expect as a computer science major. Tip number 2, familiarize with the tech. You want to learn what an IDE is, whether it's VS Code, Android Studio. You can use Replit Online. Get used to using GitHub. Make a GitHub account, make a Replit account. You know how impressive it would be if you're an incoming freshman and you already have GitHub figured out. I just started to actually get my GitHub in order last year, and if you push all your projects that you have in your course to your GitHub repositories, then that's going to look great and already just kind of be a snowball effect in building up a portfolio of all your projects. Learn things like what's an API, learn different frameworks, what they do, learn command line. It's really going to help you just be more productive as you go along and making your projects, and not just being completely blindsided by the tech along with computer science. Tip number 3, pick the right laptop, and pick the right laptop for you. Specs aren't super important whenever you're first getting into computer science curriculum, because all your programs that you write are going to be small enough that they'll run on basically anything. You can write them just in Replit Online, That way you can log into your Replit account and access it on different computers. Don't go and just buy the most expensive laptop because someone told you you need this and you need a crazy graphics card. I'm still running a base model MacBook from like 2020, just i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and I'm developing apps, developing games. I have, several IDEs up, the iOS simulator running, and while the fans do kick on, and you can definitely tell it's, working to haul that load, it handles the job. You want to have a portable laptop too. You don't want a giant, maybe you do, but personally, I don't want a giant 17-inch laptop I have to lug around because I carry my laptop with me pretty much everywhere I go. It stays in my backpack in the little laptop sleeve. I like to be able to carry it around, one hand between rooms, when I'm at home and I lose focus in one area and I need to move to a different environment to work on my projects. But most importantly, it's your laptop. Don't listen to what other people are telling you to get. I know my freshman year of college, the professor who was like the head of the department at the time, and just kind of stuck in their ways, was like, don't buy a MacBook. You can't program on a MacBook. If you know anything about programming and software development, that is not true at all. But being a freshman and knowing, absolutely nothing about computer science, really, I took that advice as her being like my professor in the computer science department chair, and I bought a Surface Pro 4 or something like that I really didn't like at all, and it's still just like sitting in a box somewhere. It's barely been used over the last few years. I've had my MacBook since 2020 and I use it every single day, almost all day, and I carry it around with me everywhere I go, like I said. Tip number 4, start networking now. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, make a LinkedIn account. Hop on Reddit, go into CS career questions, the subreddit, CS majors, CS internships, software development, all the subreddits like that, where they just talk about programming and their experience, as they're going through either their career or their curriculum, like at their college. Discord is great too. You can join my Discord. I'll leave a link in the description. I have a dev channel there for game development, for bugs and debugging. Just that we just talk about, like, I'll post updates for frameworks, news, things like that on, centered around software development. Find out if your college has like a Discord or a Slack channel like mine does. We have a Slack. You join the department Slack channel and just see what people are working on. Just like read questions people have, answers. They'll post links, things like that. So you can kind of, just get used to being, a programmer, a software developer, really. Tip number 5, learn to code now. Head over to Udemy, buy a couple courses. Whenever you sign up for a Udemy account, you get like a newcomer discount and you get a course for like $15. Say your course curriculum is C++, like mine is at my college. Well, take a C++, like basic, intermediate Udemy course, and you're going to blow through Computer Science 1. Like, it's going to be super easy. You don't want to be the person that gets behind and then is struggling to catch up, because if you scrape by Computer Science 1, and I speak from experience, then you're going to really struggle in Computer Science 2. I got a C in Computer Science 1, and then, like I said, failed Computer Science 2. When I came back, I had to retake just Computer Science 2 to be able to re-enroll in the school and get financial aid, things like that. I ended up getting an A in CS2, data structures, and then I retook CS1 just to get, like retrained on the fundamentals of computer science, and I got an A in that too. And after taking that, like, I got 100 on all the tests, all the projects, and I was just thought, like, wow, why did I not put this effort in the first time? It really wasn't that hard. And Computer Science 1 really isn't that hard either. CS2 is kind of a different story. It's typically like a weeder class. It's meant to get all the non-computer science majors out. Of course, you're all kind of computer science majors there, but I mean the people that aren't meant to be there, the people who don't really want to be there, they just picked it maybe for the money or, you know, for the wrong reason, and it's not something they actually want to stick with and give their effort into. Also, one thing that you're going to need to do eventually, but you might as well do it now, is leak code. And you can actually check out my live streams. I got to set up a schedule for when I'm going to live stream, basically just grinding leak code problems, because leak code is just filled with data structure and like algorithm based problems that are typically, you know, pulled from interviews from big tech companies, small tech companies, just a whole range, and they have easy, medium, hard, maybe even, you know, higher than hard. But even just the easy questions are, you know, pretty difficult starting out whenever you're doing leak code. So definitely check out my live stream there, and we can sit and chat and, you know, talk our way through the different problems. And, you know, I can help you, you can help me, we can help each other. Last tip, and some of y'all are gonna hate me for this, but stop playing video games. Not completely. I'm not saying just like drop the ball on video games, sell your PS5, sell your PC. Like, no, I've got a like $3,500 PC right there. I love playing like Escape from Tarkov, things like that. But you have to really get used to like time management, because you're not going to be able to, you know, grind your games till 3 a.m. and get all your homework done. You don't want to like struggle like that. And also you want to get to the point where programming is fun, which is really hard starting out. Most of it is like boring. Most of the stuff you learn in the curriculum is pretty boring because you're learning the fundamentals and you're not really like creating anything. But as you know, build up skills and you're able to, you know, integrate different technologies, you know, you might write like a simple project, like for an app that doesn't really do much, but then you integrate like an API and like a database, and you're able to like actually like pull data, you know, live, you know, from a server and be able to interact with it there on the app, things like that. So it sounds, I know it sounds like, why would I do that? You don't have to stop completely. Like, of course not. You gotta have like leisure time and like entertainment, but you want to get used to like not being able to play video games and like, you know, prioritizing like your schoolwork and the programming. And if you get used to writing programs all the time, then it's not going to be as bad whenever you start out and you get a program assignment and you wait till a few days before it's due. You know, everyone does it. Everyone procrastinates. Well, sometimes it might, you'll think like, oh, this is going to take me like 4 hours. It's good. I can do it, you know, a couple of days before it's due. You might spend 4 hours just on one, like fixing one bug. I know I've spent like 8 hours. Just last night I was up till 3 trying to fix a bug with a Flutter app I'm developing. And that's just how it goes. Of course, like, you know, when you look at it, the layout, like the requirements, like, oh, this is not bad. But then you actually start writing it, and it's gonna throw you for a whirl, like no matter what. There's gonna be issues you run into. It's part of programming, and it's part of getting better at programming. You know, being able to debug quicker, you know, Google and find, you know, solutions to your problem. That is a really big thing. And if you're more worried about, you know, playing your video games, then what are you gonna do? Probably play your video games. I understand it's hard. It's not easy to, you know, give up or cut back on something you love doing, you enjoy doing, you have fun doing, but you want to get to the point where programming is fun. All right, but that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching my first video. If you liked the video, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a dislike, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below, something to let me know you're there. If you have any questions you want to ask, go ahead and ask them. add me on LinkedIn, join the Discord, and definitely hang out in there all the time. We can discuss, we can play games together. Even though I just said don't play video games, I still play a little bit. But I'm here to be kind of that guidance and give you advice as a average computer science student. I'm not a 10x developer, Google tech lead, ex Facebook engineer, anything like that. I am, still on the journey to get to the point where all this hard work pays off, and it's going to pay off. So don't give up. If you're just about to get started, prepare, be ready, and then that way, in however many years it pays off, you can look back and say like you were really glad you did it, and you can love your job, love your life, love what you do, and create and do anything you want to do, because that's what computer science is. That's what computer science allows. That's what software development allows you to do and create anything you want. But I'll see you guys in the next one.